I'm Peter with Pro-Life News and Pro-Life Unity, and we're here at the National Press Club in Washington, D.C. And there was just a press conference on what abortion is, this new campaign, what it looks like. It's sort of trying to introduce information and education on this. And obviously, there's a lot of people coming together on this, and Father Pavone, Priest for Life. What can you say about this campaign and where it's headed?
Well, I think from yesterday, what we did is went to the Senate and to the House on the day before, which was Tuesday. By the way, I'm Father Denis Wilde with Priest for Life and full-time, and I was ingratiated by what happened yesterday. I thought on the day before we were able to get into offices of the House of Representatives and the Senators. The main thing is that our language today, people use the word reproductive choice or a woman's right to choose, and all of this sounds very antiseptic to the very fact of the matter of what an abortion is. Basically, of course, it's a horrifying thing, but many people don't want to even see that because of a conflicted past. Our country, of course, with 50 million unborn children already have been slaughtered from abortion since 1973, when Roe v. Wade became the so-called law of the land. And by the way, the word choice has to be understood. The word choice, those who say they're pro-choice generally don't understand what they're saying. And I say that because it is legal up until the time of abortion, up until the time of birth, for any reason or none whatsoever. Most people in this country are not for that. But that's the legal status of it, regardless of what a person thinks that choice should be. But the word choice itself covers up the horror of abortion. The doctor spoke earlier today about taking a cannula and moving right in through the uterus, rooting up through the canal, pulling out a head, crushing it blindly because he can't see. He can't go in there with a camera and see it. And hopefully he will not perforate the uterus or any of the other part of that reproductive area. So this is a terribly dangerous thing in many ways. Oh yes, of course, many abortions are done without any physical pain. But then what about the psychological pain and all the rest? This comes from the fact that we have blinded ourselves, we have anesthetized ourselves to calling it something other than what it is. So the whole point is that we went into these pro-abort people's offices. They were senators and House people, and we knew from their records. We took the more radical ones, not all of them, but more radical ones on those who insisted on partial birth abortion remaining legal. They voted that way. They did not vote against the ban. I mean, they voted against the ban. They did not. So that was one, and also fetal pain, they voted against that. Those things which seem to be pretty tall order to insist on the abortion area. So we went to their offices and asked. We didn't really get to see the actual officers themselves, but we saw the chief of staff or something like that. But what came out of it, though, I found, was that many of them didn't even see this procedure before, or they said it was never presented to us this way. It's generally presented in a legalese time of thing, this side versus that side, this strategy versus that strategy, call it choice, call it rights, all of those things, but don't call it the severing of a head, the tearing off of a limb, the crushing of a skull. And that's what we want to get back to, because we're not trying to inflame, or we're not trying to create a world that is more horrific than it already is. As a matter of fact, we're just simply going back to the fact of evil, and we're seeing evil for what it is. And the Lord tells us that in the Old Testament, as we see somebody doing an evil thing and we walk the other way, we are guilty of that evil as well as that other person. But if we point that evil out to the other person, we pray that they change. If they don't change, they're still guilty of it, but we are not. And so it's not a matter of exonerating ourselves. Basically, it's a matter of trying to bring out the truth. And we need to come and see, this is my brother, this is my sister. That tiny one cell, that embryo that is crushed and destroyed for stem cell destruction, which it is because there is no such thing as embryonic stem cell success, that is, again, killing. And any stage from there on is made in the image and likeness of God, and is also scientifically, incontrovertibly a human being. So we need to get back to what that destroys. And is this what you mean, is the question we've asked those senators and their office people, and we want them to get back to them. We've left a list. We said, We work out in these places in Wisconsin or California or all over the country, and people are asking us, I can't understand this. Do these people know what they're dealing with when they are voting for abortion? Is this what you mean? And we're going to get those answers to those people, and we told them so, and we want to get answers from them.